think there is a game this week that is a prime example of that. And I feel like it already has me in a mental blender. Jenks, I look at these lines, and the first game that stood out to me was the Patriots at home getting points against the Bills. So this was 1.5 yesterday. Now it's down to 1. And you look at the Patriots standing at 11-2. This is a home game, and the Bills have looked beatable this year.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that stands out to me is that it almost feels too easy, right? And eventually the other shoe has to drop for the Patriots. But how many weeks in a row have we said that about New England, where we're like, oh, well, at some point they've got to lose, and at some point they're going to look bad? It's December 10th. Like, maybe that day is not coming. So when it comes to first impression roses, like, this is already in my teaser for this week, because I think the Patriots getting 7.5 is a great play. But let me ask you about this game. Is the Patriots getting points at home, is that just too obvious?
That's the way I look at it. But look, I am not going to talk you off the Pats with the way that they're playing. I think this is, when you talk about bias or things you've seen in the past, like, this is where I'm challenged. Because I see the Patriots getting one at home, and I see a Patriots team that looks very, very good. And then I think about how well the Bills have played over the past few seasons, and I think, man, this is a trap. It's a trap. Or am I getting caught up in the fact that I've been betting on the Bills? The Bills have been profitable in a lot of spots. Josh Allen has been profitable in a lot of spots. Or am I getting caught up in that idea and not accepting the fact that the Patriots are legitimate? The Patriots could win the damn Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen, but the talent is there. The way they're playing makes you think it's a possibility, but getting past those two narratives is really difficult. That said, I think I'm going to go Buffalo. I think this is a prove-it game for me. I need this personally. Like, I just need the Patriots to prove to me that at home, getting a point, you can handle Josh Allen. That's what I want to see. And then breaking through that narrative will help me in a big way. But I agree with you in that when I saw this play, I'm like, this seems obvious.
I think the problem with betting against the Bills is that Josh Allen can go off at any time. So, like, no matter what matchup on paper, screams the other side, it's like, okay, well, is Josh Allen going to explode for 6 touchdowns in this game? Like, that's always the sabotage factor, and it just feels like he is matchup proof. I will say the Bills against the run have not been great this year. And, New England's just one of those teams that all around is just solid, like in every single aspect of the game, and special teams and defense. And, of course, Drake May putting up MVP numbers. And it should be interesting from that regard, where it would be interesting to me if Josh Allen completely outshines Drake May, what that does to the MVP race. Because, I think people look at Josh Allen, they're like, this is what an MVP should look like. And if Josh Allen goes out there and accumulates 6 touchdowns and Drake May has a tough game, do you think we see a big odd shift? Because right now Drake May is one of the favorites.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Right now, Matthew Stafford is a favorite at -160. Drake May is 2-1. Jordan Love 10-1. Josh Allen 14-1. This is when I don't want to say it's going to make or break Drake May, because he could have a just fine game, right? Like, he could have a great game, and then all of a sudden Josh Allen leads the Bills down the field and they win as time runs out with a field goal, whatever it is. And then Josh Allen, those odds shorten and shrink from 14-1. But I do think that, I do think this is an opportunity to maybe put a sprinkle on Josh Allen with the way that he's playing. And with 4 games remaining in the season, there is still a chance for Josh Allen to win the MVP. He was the favorite just 2 or 3 weeks ago, or at least he was right there. He wasn't sitting at 14-1. That's the thing about the MVP market, as we know. I mean, these odds shift wildly. So Matthew Stafford 2 weeks ago was not in the lead. Why? Because he goes to Carolina and throws a couple picks, fumbles the football, doesn't look good against the Panthers. He comes back last week and is lights out, and all of a sudden he's -160. So that's the interesting thing about this award in particular, is that you're not necessarily out of it at 14-1. For a lot of other teams in different markets, you might be. Not in this market.
Well, and not if your name is Josh Allen.
Right.
Because I think it's very easy for people to jump back on the Josh Allen bandwagon, because we knew that he's been an MVP before and he already has that pedigree. So I think it's one of those things that if they weren't playing head-to-head, but things are very obvious when they're standing right next to each other. It's like, Jose Altuve is short and Aaron Judge is tall, but when they're standing next to each other on first base, you're like, wow, that's really different. So I think that's the problem for me, is that if this is a game that has a lot of eyeballs and Josh Allen looks amazing and you're like, okay, this is what MVP should look like, and Drake May doesn't measure up, that's going to strike, I think, some doubt in the hearts of people who are voting for Drake May.